Hello. In this video I'm going to talk about a few improvements to the TNT Cannon, and I'm going to demonstrate this with an example. I'm not going to tell you about all the improvements because, quite frankly, I don't want someone to be blowing up my base with a cannon that I showed them in a video. But I want to make a pretty good cannon. It's going to have a lot of uses for it. So let's get started. Let's just start off with our basic TNT cannon. So we make the cannon with 10 blocks long and add the water. On one side we put repeaters. Like this. On the other side we put the piston, which will make this a hybrid cannon. And if you remember that this is actually requires 9 repeaters on full delay and 1 repeater with 2 ticks. I don't think I explained the reason for this, but the reasoning is that the maximum delay that it takes for a TNT to explode is 10 repeaters on full delay. In other words, 40 ticks. We want the sand to be falling at the same time that the TNT exploding. So the piston is going to have to push out the sand. That takes 1 tick. The sand is going to have to fall 1 block. That takes 1 tick. So we want to have it 2 ticks shorter than the full delay. That's why we have 9 repeaters on full delay and 1 repeater on 2 ticks. I think that's the right amount. So we connect this. And then we have this redstone here, and we have the half slab. So that's our basic hybrid TNT cannon. Let's put in dispensers for this example. So instead of blocks here, we're going to put dispensers. That's really nothing new though. However, this time we're going to try and make this cannon more powerful, actually very powerful. So we're going to actually add another layer of dispensers. And not only that, I'm going to show you a trick to make this cannon more powerful. So the trick is we're going to actually lengthen this cannon by 1 block. Messed up some of the redstone, but that's okay. And actually going to put a dispenser right here. in between this first dispenser and the rest of them, there's going to be a repeater. What this is called is, some people call it a booster shot, something like that. The purpose of it is that this TNT back here is going to be exploding first before all the rest of them. And the only purpose of this TNT is to actually push the rest of the TNT together more to the front. And that's going to make the shot more powerful. So that's a nice trick and an easy way to make your cannon more powerful. Now you see here we have an extra repeater on full delay, so now we need 10 repeaters on full delay instead of the previous 9. So an extra repeater is needed, and I think that should be right. And we're going to ensure that this cannon is very powerful. So we're going to actually put multiple rows of dispensers here. We're going to actually put in dispensers on the other side as well. I will leave this one out because I don't want it interfering with this other redstone here. This will just be the same as the other side. Remember, you have to hold shift click to actually place this redstone on top of a dispenser. So now we have our TNT cannon looking something like this. We can add a button. If we press this button, everything should work as planned. This dispenser gets activated before the rest of them do, because of this repeater here. And afterwards, the piston should be activated so that it pushes the sand onto the TNT that's going to explode. Great. So let's just finish up with another layer of dispensers to add power, and also add the barrel. And I'm not going to add a dispenser right here because the TNT that comes out of that might actually wiggle and land on the house slab and blow up the entire cannon, so it's safer if we just leave that out, and it's not going to affect your power that much. So that gives us our next row of TNT. Just have to make sure to put the house slab in right. should go here. So we see a slight improvement to the TNT Cannon, which will make it more powerful by adding these booster shots, we'll call them. And we've also added quite a bit more rows of TNT. So this cannon will be a lot more powerful than the ones I've shown previously. Let's add another small feature to this cannon. Perhaps we want this to be shooting automatically, which means it shoots repeatedly. Not that pressing a button over and over again is that difficult. But this is an easy feature that can be added to any cannon. So I'm going to add 3 repeaters like this, going outwards, and 3 repeaters going inwards, like this. Then we place a block here. And by putting a redstone torch on this block, it will make your TNT cannon fire automatically. Once you want it to stop, you remove this redstone torch. So that's a tiny improvement. Maybe it's not even an improvement, who knows. And last but not least, which I actually forgot, let's add the dispenser that will carry the projectile. Let's add the ability to shoot 2 projectiles at once, just for fun. So there we have a cannon with a few improvements. Now let's just see how far this is going to go. I'm not going to test it with an actual wall, but I'm going to just load it up with the maximum amount of TNT and see how far it fires. So now every dispenser is being filled with TNT. I just want to double check my repeaters to make sure nothing goes wrong. And then we'll fire it. So let's see how far this went. You could say it went about 8 chunks, arguably less, because the sand didn't go as far as the TNT, but it works decently. We can add more power to it, of course. There's other tricks that you can do which I haven't shown, such as you can fire multiple sand, we can fire multiple TNT, and so on. But this isn't really a video to show you the best cannon ever. It's more like a video to show you some ideas so that you can experiment with your own cannons. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this video.